there, my friends. It's Anna here with Salt in My Coffee again. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's November 2nd, and this is the second day in our countdown to Thanksgiving recipe marathon. I thought I would share some recipes from the 1800s that would go well for a Thanksgiving meal. And, today I figured, what is a Thanksgiving menu without roast turkey? So let's grab a roast turkey recipe. And to do that, I am reaching for one of the oldest volumes in my collection. I love this one. It has such a special place in my heart, from 1856. Isn't that cool? I mean, wow, so much history there. This is called Practical Cookery and Domestic Economy by Miss Hall. And that's actually Elizabeth Hall is the author. 1856, compiled by Elizabeth M. Hall. I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday, which is leave a link below to where you can see the digitized version of this title. It may not be from exactly the same year as my copy, but it would be the same title. And it's such a neat thing about things like Project Gutenberg or some of these other library initiatives that have shared these digitized versions of old cookbooks from the 1800s, which of course are now in the public domain. It's such a treasure to, anybody can cook from 1800s cookbooks without spending a penny. I actually have a whole post about that. I'm going to put that in the show notes as well. A link to some of my favorite 1800s cookbooks that you can read right online. But for this one, we're turning to page 89. I'm going to try to link directly to that in the show notes, but if for some reason that doesn't work, page 89 is the one you're looking for. And let me start by showing you the engraving at the beginning of the chapter on poultry. Isn't that lovely? I just love it. I wouldn't mind a big print of that on my wall. I think it's just so pleasant. All right, well, we are looking at this roast turkey recipe here on page 89. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, basically, we start this recipe with butchering the turkey because, of course, nobody's going out and buying this totally butchered out for them in a grocery store. This just got hunted, and it's not the huge broad-breasted turkeys that we're buying these days. We are not talking a 20-pound turkey or even a 13-pound turkey. This is a slim, regular turkey that you find out in the woods. This is a wild turkey, so it's a little on the smaller side compared to what we think of. All right, here we go. Remove the vent with the knife. Cut a slit from the end of the breastbone to take out the entrails, taking care not to break the gall on the liver, or it must be thrown away. Take off the feet and bruise the bone close to the foot, and draw out the string from the leg. Cut a slit in the back of the neck. Pass your finger around in front and draw out the crop. Cut the neck short, leaving skin enough to fasten over against the back. Wash the inside with cold water. Wipe it dry. Mix a tablespoonful of salt and with a teaspoonful of pepper. Rub the inside well with this, and also the place of the crop. Prepare the stuffing with bread, salt, pepper, butter, cinnamon or nutmeg, or a little lemon peel, or parsley and thyme. Chop and mix all well together with 1 or 2 eggs beaten well. With this dressing, stuff the body and the breast, and sew them with a strong thread. Also fill the crop. Then draw the skin of the neck over the back and fasten it with a skewer. Turn the legs close to the body and run skewers through each hip joint and tie the ends of the legs together. Roast the turkey to a fine brown. Baste it frequently with the liquor in the pan. I think it's interesting to see the use of that word liquor. We saw that yesterday when I was reading a recipe for mince pies from the Appledore cookbook, where the meat juice is referred to as liquor. Not something we hear all the time anymore. Baste it frequently with the liquor in the pan. It will be done in 1 hour and a half, or if old and very large, 2 hours or more. Make a gravy of drawn butter and the dripping. Another sauce is made of half a pint of oysters boiled in a pan, thickened with a lump of butter rolled in flour. Only let it boil once. Serve this by itself in connection with another gravy, for every person does not like oyster sauce. Take up the roast, draw the skewers out, and take out the threads. Lay it on a dish on its back, and serve with mashed potatoes, turnips mashed, dressed celery, pickles, and stewed apples, cold boiled ham or tongue for a large dinner, mince pies for Christmas, pumpkin and apple pies for Thanksgiving. Interestingly, this is also one of the first mentions that I see in any of the cookbooks of specifically celebrating the Thanksgiving meal being called Thanksgiving, and that in itself is a treasure, isn't it? 1856, y'all. All right, now what recipe should we find tomorrow? If you've got any ideas, put them down in the comments below. I would definitely love to fill any requests you might have. Apple pie, venison. Let me know what kind of recipes we want from the 1800s and I will find them for us. All right, my dears, I hope you have a wonderful day. Can't wait to share something new with you tomorrow. All right, this is Anna with saltandmycoffee.com. Take care.